Good morning. How many of you have joined us this morning? It's super exciting. I'm going to confess something to you in just a minute that you're going to totally identify with. But first of all, just good Thursday morning, and hope y'all are having an amazing summer. This is one of our kind of special trainings that we're going to do, I guess you would say, mid rhythm of our month. As we're managing our month, we're going to stop sometimes and just pause and focus on something that seems to be urgent, seems to be important. And I want to do that with you guys this morning. So I'm going to switch gears here just a little bit. And this is the topic that we have: beach bums to business builders. But I don't know if your schedule, probably some of you even more so than mine and Lori's, because you still have young kids at home. We don't. Our last two youngest ones just got married this past year. So how many of you still have young kids at home and summer has changed your routine, or like it's not like get them up, feed them, and put them on the bus and pick them up at 3. They're like always there if they're not at camp or something. So would love to see how many of you are like dealing with young kids at home. Good thing. They're excited for summer. You got to do things like pool and stuff, but it'd be like nice to know that. Please, I think the whole group, whether they're watching us live or listening to the recording, I think the whole group responds really well to knowing where everybody's calling in from. So, I mean, I know where some of you live. I know Melinda lives in Texas, but I think she's in New Mexico right now. At least she was headed that way last time I saw her. I know Lori's in Houston area or Austin area. So just say where you're calling in from. But I want to tell you what happened to me this morning. So got a few phone calls, good phone calls from some top PMD Plus leaders in our company, and we were talking some strategic things, and I got distracted on the phone call, and all of a sudden panic struck me because we were just enjoying this great conversation. I had gone out on the back deck to talk to them. I was outside and, in the summer weather. I hadn't gotten hot yet, and the birds and the boats on the lake, just sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden it is 10:19 or almost 10:30, like 11 minutes till this call is going to start. I still have my workout clothes on from when I worked out this morning. My hair looked like it had been in a fan, and I'm like, I got to do this Zoom call in like 11 minutes. I got to go. It was really important stuff we were talking. I promise you I'll call you back, but I have to go like right now. I can't talk anymore. I got to go by. So I went upstairs and got everything ready. Got the keynote opened. Opened up the Ecamm Live app we use to broadcast on Facebook. I mean, a lot of stuff I needed to do. Usually I need 30 minutes to get all that ready, but I got it done, and I even had like 3 minutes to spare. Even made me a cup of coffee. But how many of you procrastinate and put things off? This is just like a preamble to our training. We're not even into our training yet. This is just life, what happened this morning. So how many of you put something off? Let's just use cleaning your house as an example. Let's say your house is fine for you and your husband, or you and your spouse and your kids to walk into, but never, it probably looks great, but you'd never let company come in this condition. So you're good, and all of a sudden, maybe you get a call from your spouse or one of your kids. Hey, Mom, Jim, Sam, Tommy, and Sam, they're coming over. We're going to make pizza. They're going to be at the house tonight. And it's like what normally would take you, you want 7 hours to clean your house, to fluff the pillows, to clean the kitchen, all this kind of stuff. All of a sudden, you have 30 minutes to do what normally takes 7 hours. And guess what? You know what you do? You get the house clean and get it ready in 30 minutes. But what you procrastinated is like a 7-hour mission. And when you get your juices flowing and focused, it's amazing what you can get done. That's what happened to me with 11 minutes. And I was like panicked. I'm never going to get it ready on time. And like in 8 minutes, I did what I needed to do and had time to make a cup of coffee. I mean, that just happens. And so that's what we've been trying to teach, or I've been trying to teach about the end of the month. And this just happened this morning, so I'm just throwing this tidbit in here before we get started. At the end of the month, when we do our end of the month call on the 23rd, next Friday, what you're going to see, and by the way, we did change to Friday this month. It got updated in your calendar just because of travel schedules, and I wanted the right amount of time left in the month for us to focus. It's on Friday. But if you'll take that lesson of me having 11 minutes to get ready this morning, I panicked, urgency took over, and it destroyed my neglect or procrastination, and I got it done. You're cleaning your house. You find out you have 30 minutes, people are coming over. It's amazing what you can get done when urgency destroyed, the negligence or procrastination or whatever you call it for not cleaning your house. Urgency took over, and in 30 minutes you did what you normally could do in 7 hours. That's what you can do at the end of every month in our business. If we're not learning anything else, it's that urgency destroys, overcomes, defeats procrastination, neglect, the things we've been needing to do that we haven't done. When we use urgency to our power, it's amazing. The adrenaline, the energy, the things we have to get it done. It's awesome. Okay? So I just want to share that with you. And I know all of you have some stories like that. If you want to put them in here, you can bless somebody else. One of the reasons we do comments is a Tommy Newberry quote. That's one of my favorite quotes of all time. Tommy Newberry and I wrote a book together. It's not my Make a Life book. It's the one I wrote with Tommy called I Call Shotgun. It's 68 biblical principles to teach your kids before they leave home. It's a great book. I mean, it's good. It's got good stuff in it. But Tommy has a quote that he kept sharing with me in that process, and it was, "Your success blesses others." That's actually how he signs all of his emails. Where we might say ciao or sincerely or see you soon or whatever, he says, "Your success blesses others," Tommy. And so what that really means to me is that as we're in this comment section, things that you share in there, you may think it's no big deal. That's just what happened to me today. But what you share in here, your success, your victory over something, a way that you've used urgency to overcome procrastination, when you share those kind of things in here or share something powerful, you never know how your success in that arena, you never know who else it's going to bless. So think of the comment section when we get online here in Facebook. Maybe we would be together and we're sitting next to each other in an auditorium normally, but we can't do that because we're spread out all over the place. Just think about, what kind of comment would you make to the person sitting next to you when the meeting was over or you took a break? What was that thing that just inspired you? And put it in the comment section, because somebody else, you might just be the catalyst that blesses them for that day, okay? All right, let's move on. This is the way I feel about the summer. Do you all have anybody in your family? I have one. I won't name names because I'll protect the innocent, because I think they do it a little bit to an extreme. But we have somebody that's reached retirement age, I guess you would say, and they have found a friend's old metal detector, and they go everywhere looking for gold. I mean, this guy's at the beach. I mean, he doesn't look like my family member that does this, but it's like the same concept. So it's like you're looking for somebody in the last 50 years that might have dropped some gold in the sand and it washed up or whatever. I mean, he has fun doing it. More power to him. I mean, he finds quarters and nickels and dimes and comes back with a pocket full of change, and he's had fun doing it. Whatever. But the beach, just think about where you're going to go this summer. That's places that you don't normally dwell. It has gold. It has potential. There are things there. You just got to go find them. You've just got to go search and dig up and have the mindset of, hey, we're going to the beach, but I'm not going to let the beach interrupt the rhythms that I've been faithful to establish as we're coming out of this COVID thing. I've been with Kurt and a bunch of amazing people, and we have decided to learn how to manage our month so that even if we just move a little nudge forward, this month's going to be better than last month. We're going to manage our month so we can manage our paycheck and make this month better than the previous so that we can make next month better than this one, and then this year better than the year before, and have our best year ever. That's what our goal is. But if you let summer control you versus you controlling summer, it could rob you of these rhythms we've been working so hard to achieve. Okay? Summer wants to do that. It wants to rob you of the rhythms we've established. I know things are different. There's no doubt that things are different during the summer. No doubt. But that doesn't mean you can't manage those so that you don't lose your rhythm of starting each month well, finishing each month strong, and doing the things you have to do to manage your paycheck. And we're going to talk about some of those things and some of those ideas. But what happens is during the summer, we can let our rhythm go away. And as you've been building your paycheck, what the world says is, I run out of money before I run out of month. And we don't want you to be in that place just because you let summer rob your rhythms, okay? So, I said this just a minute ago. You don't want to let summer manage you. You want to manage summer. Just like we don't want to let a thermometer manage us. We're going to see what the temperature is and we're just going to adjust to it. Now, we want to be a thermostat. We want to control the temperature and set the pace of what's going on around us. Don't react. You need to be proactive, and you need to be the one in charge versus letting the world just throw at you what it will. Because right now, the world has a very atrophied attitude. You know, I've had COVID 3 times. First 2 times it was Tylenol and nothing, and the third time I had double viral pneumonia and was in the hospital for 18 days. Crazy. But I'm fine now and feel better than I did 20 years ago. Just, got refocused and really good diet and working with a trainer. It's fun. So, but anyway, what happened when I was in there, you atrophied. I mean, you lose a bunch of weight. You sit in the bed too much, and your arms and your legs, and you come out and you're weak, And so, if you let summer manage you, you're going to become weak in your rhythms. You're going to become weak in the skills we've learned to manage your month and manage the rhythm of your business. Okay? But what I want to talk to you about is, let's make summer a Kairos moment. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of teaching here because some of you don't know. Some of you have not read my book. Some of you have never heard of the word Kairos, maybe outside of a really good ministry, a prison ministry called Kairos. But Kairos is a cool word, and I want you to have a Kairos moment for the summer. Okay. And to have a Kairos moment, you have to understand that top line going across the screen right there. I think you can see my mouse going across that screen right there. The top line, that's like a normal timeline. And that's what happens, just breakfast, lunch, dinner. You're born, you go to school, you get married, you have a child, you buy a house. It's just like a normal timeline of life. That's called chronos. Like a certified chronometer. You got a fancy watch, it's a great chronometer. Chronos, Greek word for time. Kairos is a Greek word for time, because sometimes that's why it's so important when you read the Bible and have good study tools and stuff. There are 4 Greek words for the same word in English that we use for if. There are 4 Greek words that mean if. Well, there are 2 that mean time, chronos and kairos. And kairos is not that normal timeline, just what happens next kind of thing. Kairos is something that comes in and it breaks the normal timeline, and you have to respond to something that comes in and its presence is there abnormally. So if you're used to a school year and a routine and all those things, and all of a sudden school's out and summer happens, that's a Kairos moment for you. That you've done this before, but your normal routine has been interrupted and you have a chance to respond. And I'll give you another example of a Kairos moment. You could be driving home from an event somewhere, a ball game, let's say, and you get a speeding ticket. You have some options. How are you going to respond to that speeding ticket? Well, you can cuss out the cop and say, don't you have something better to do? I bet there are murderers, drug dealers, and rapists, and kidnappers and stuff on the loose, and you gave me a ticket for going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. That's absolutely stupid. So you can get mad. You can get worried oh no, my insurance is going to go up. It's going to add points to my driver's license. I don't want my insurance to go up. I've been working so hard to keep my insurance record clean. And you get worried about it. Or you can say, you know what? I would have gotten home 3 minutes later if I had just driven closer to the speed limit. That probably was a good lesson for me, and I do need to slow down. Okay? But and so you learn. You can either learn from it, get mad at it, worry about it. You can process things. So as summer hits, are you panicking? Are you mad that like your schedule's gotten interrupted and now you don't have any free time? Are you worried that your business might suffer because your rhythms and things have been broken? Or are you saying, hey, summer's here. We're sitting here with Kurt and a bunch of leaders talking about this, and all we need to do is acknowledge what we're dealing with and use it to our advantage versus instead of using it to our detriment. Is summer going to distract you, or is it going to change and enhance what you're doing so you can perform at the same or higher level and not break your rhythms? Okay, so that's what needs to be in your brain. Okay, and just think about this. What I think about is like I think about that Boards app that I love so much. And I hope y'all have got the Boards app. Campbell Team or Make a Life is my board, and the Campbell Team board, we use both of them. But one of the things that you're going to leave with this summer, no matter where you are, and for me, our routine changes. We're on the water more. We're in the boat more. We go to the beach on family vacation. There are things that we do. But what I've realized is, unless somebody is like under anesthesia in the hospital having surgery, or they are maybe skydiving out of an airplane, or maybe they're, I don't know, having a baby or whatever, something extreme, guess what happens to humans today? We have our phones with us every freaking where we are. I mean, we always have our phone. So whether you're at the beach, whether you're barbecuing, whether you're fishing, we've all got our phones. And so you know what that means? We all have that Boards app with the Juice Plus information we need to share wherever we are. So being at the beach, being at the pool, being at a barbecue, being at the lake, being on a boat, being in a deer stand, being in a tractor, bush hog on a farm, you have your phone with you. You can text, you can share, you can be ready to have that next Juice Plus conversation. You're not at a detriment. Kids might be there, but you got your phone, okay? So know that you have your weapon that you need wherever you are. And if you've not mastered using this Boards app, you need to. I mean, you need to know where the product information is, the business information is. You sign up a new person, boom, you send them getting started. I mean, it's all right there, super duper at your fingertips. And if you have questions about that, get with your Upline NMD. Make sure it's on your phone and master that Boards app, because that weapon will be with you anywhere you are this summer. You know, I got the Boards app out in between two pickleball matches. I was sitting on the bench. We were rotating in and out, and I sent Juice Plus information to 3 people in between 2 pickleball games. You know, so you can do it if you want to do it. You can maintain your rhythms if you want to. But one of the things you need to realize is when we're in this summer place, and we are, let's say you feel like you're maybe in more casual mode than business mode. You're walking on the beach. You're, sitting in a chair. You're at the pool. You're at the park. You're on a boat. It doesn't feel like you need to operate and act like you're in I'm in business mode. No, you got on your grubbies. You got on a t-shirt, a bathing suit, a ball cap, flip-flops. And this is especially the example where that conversation you need to have in that moment this summer, even if you've got your phone or whatever, it needs to be a deepening and part of the process conversation. We've all got to stop feeling like we got to propose on the first date and close the sale. I mean, you know what? The first conversation that you engage with somebody at the pool this summer, you might even mention Juice Plus. You might talk about getting healthier and the kids being out and how hard it is to eat healthy foods during the summer when you're not in a routine of fixing lunches and stuff. Whatever your conversation is, don't feel like it's got to be that high pressure conversation, because summer is going to create a fun relationship building. I'm trying to think of some words. Seeing people you don't normally see. Maybe seeing people in an environment where they're not distracted. Maybe they're just sitting there chilling with a book by the pool. and you can have a casual conversation, and they don't have business and the other worldly distractions, and you can get in their space. They can listen a little bit, but don't try to propose on that first date, okay? Just really don't do that. And this is what we're talking about. Because what I want you to see, you've seen me use this pipeline illustration before if you've been following us, okay? Y'all seen this before. Thumbs up, you've seen this before, right? So this is talking about how much healthier your business can be month 2, month 3, month 4 down the road, because you're going to start month 4 with tons of conversations already in the pipeline. Okay, it's going to build and build and build, and there'll be a point in time which you're going to start a month. You don't have time to start a new conversation because you've got so much activity going on. That feels so good. That means your business is it's beyond stopping. It makes this business so easy. But it's the 4 months ahead of that you needed to do to get to that place. But people won't stay the course. So one of the things you're going to be doing this summer is you're going to be filling your pipeline for one of the second busiest, or maybe even the busiest seasons of our year. Whereas, if you look at statistics, new business and new sales, the 2 slowest months are probably December and July. December because of Christmas, in July because it is the month of vacation. People get excited about stuff, but some of them will pull the trigger after they get back from vacation. So we just know that those are the 2 toughest months. But you know what some of the 2 best months are? Is now it's August and January, or the second half of August, because in America we experience 2 new years every year. You have Happy New Year in January, which is that calendar new year. You got resolutions, goals. It's a fresh start for people. They end 1 year of bookkeeping, start a new year of bookkeeping in terms of a fiscal, like year end for a business, and you start afresh. The gyms and fitness centers are like packed out for 6 weeks, and then they get back to normal. Everybody has intentions. They don't always follow through. But in our country, probably, in my opinion, even a bigger re-momentum gainer and a back to a routine is that early August. Some states are still closer to Labor Day, but a lot are in early August now. It's that back to school. Summer's over. Time to bring the routine back. It's time to focus, get healthy, get lunches, get into a routine and a rhythm. And so a lot of what you're doing right now, this is the middle of June. Literally, this is the middle day of June. It's my mother-in-law's birthday. I got to call until her birthday. So middle of June. So we're, let's say 15 days into summer, basically since Memorial Day. Because still in my mind, even though school systems don't always fall on the same days, I still think of summer, Memorial Day to Labor Day. That's just how I grew up, and that's how our culture defines summer. But it's shifting now with when school starts and stops, and some do year-round school. It's kind of crazy. But I think of right now, June, I'm trying to close as much business as I can. So there's low-hanging fruit and great stuff out there. But you know what? June, I'm filling the pipeline of some stuff that may close now. But you know what? Come August, my pipeline is going to be so full. When the routines and rhythms start back, my business is going to launch because I'll have my pipeline full. I'm not going to create an empty summer pipeline where in August I've got to start fresh with a zero pipeline. So you're filling your pipeline now for some stuff to close now, but for just like a wave of business to be ready to launch when summer's over. So you got 2 things. Close what you can during the summer, have great conversations, fill your pipeline, get done, and close the people that those conversations come to a head. But just know that you've got to fill your pipeline if you ever want an easy month down the road, okay? All right. So summer, what to me, one of the things it brings is a quote. Some of you have heard me say this before. Anybody like Shakespeare? Anybody a Shakespeare fan? I'm not really. I'm just asking you that question. And there's some good stuff in Shakespeare, but I mean, the English that he uses is hard for me to read. Makes me feel like I'm reading like a really old, like King James, unmodernized version of the Bible, and the hithertos and therefores and thous just kind of throw off the smoothness of reading. But he has a quote. It says, "There is a tide in the lives of men, when taken at its fullest, so there's a tide, a high tide. When that tide's at its fullest, when you take that tide in at its fullest, great fortunes doth produce. So look at your time at the beach, your time doing summertime activities. There are high tide situations. Not every moment at the beach is high tide, but those high tide opportunities, when the right person, the right conversation happens at the right moment, you need to have your big bucket ready to take in those opportunities of high tide during the summer. Is your boards app on your phone going to be ready when you have that right conversation? To plant the seed, to follow up, to harvest what we know the statistics say is 80% are going to occur on the fifth conversation of or after. I mean, have you ever thought, like right now, if you were to take 20 or 30 minutes, let's say, and look at the conversations that you have going on about Juice Plus, Complete, Tower Gardens, or the Juice Plus business. You got 4 categories there. Think about, list your people. List all the people you're in conversation with. This would be a healthy exercise afterwards. Hope you might even want to put this in the comments. So I want you to think of who are you having conversations with in 4 categories. Juice Plus Essentials, capsules and gummies. Juice Plus Complete, Perform, bars, and Tower Garden. And the Juice Plus business. So you have 4 categories. List all the people that in the last 2 weeks, last 30 days, you're in conversation with. So in those 4 categories, list the people you're in conversation with. And just for a moment, try and think about it. If I had 1 conversation, 2, 3, or 4, and maybe evaluate which ones you think are closer to being ready to close than others. You could use cold, warm, and hot. However, whatever you want to do it. But wouldn't that be cool just to maybe enhance your follow-up, to take a moment? Who do you have in conversation? Maybe when's the last time you talked to them? Our memory jogger, if you go to makealife.com/memory jogger, there's training and there are columns on that memory jogger to put these things into place. But it would give you a good snapshot of maybe where you're current in your follow-up, where are you behind in your follow-up, and who of those conversations is it realistic that you're going to close this month, especially as we get to next Friday and we say, okay, we got a week left. Urgency destroys procrastination. How many of those conversations can you have that you could make ready for an urgent conversation a week from now, 10 days from now, okay? Think about that. All right. Cursor, where did you go? I lost my cursor. Wow, where did it go? Here we go. Couldn't find it. So these are people to think about this summer. Who are your pool friends? Who are you going to see? Like one of the things I tell people when they get started in the Juice Plus business, I said, okay, don't make a memory jogger. Let's just take your life as is. Nothing changes. It's Sunday night. Tomorrow's Monday. In the next 7 days, if you had never started to do Juice Plus, you didn't even think about Juice Plus, who are the people that you're going to normally interact with in the next 7 days if nothing changes? Kids, carpool, doctors, exercise, Bible study, church, neighbors, colleagues at work, family members. Who would you normally see in the next 7 days that you don't normally see? That's a great start to your memory jogger. That's your inner circle. That ought to close you out to Partner Plus and get you to QSC. If that's all you did. So you list who would you interact with in the next 7 days if nothing changed, and then you say, how could you expose them to Juice Plus? What's the best next step? A video, sample lettuce from your Tower Garden, make them a smoothie, share gummies with their kids. I don't know. Well, you decide what that is. So this makes you think about summer, because when I think about summer, there are people that are going to be hanging out at my pool that I wouldn't see when it's cold or other times of year. Who might be coming to the lake to hang out with you, or whose lake house might you be going to hang out? Who might you see over the summer at the lake? Who might you be at the beach with this summer? So you're starting to make kind of like a summer current active memory jogger list. So what you could do, where's mine? Here it is. Nope, I don't have it in here. So your growth journal, you could use that back page in there. It's got room for, I think, 30 names. It's got like a current memory jogger for the month. So for the month of June, month of July, month of August, who are your summer people that you feel like you're going to see during the summer, like with the normal activities you're doing, pool, beach, lake, hiking, boating, kayaking, tennis, pickleball, golf, whatever you do at the park, on the river. Who are you going to see if you did nothing? If you did not go out and plan to do Juice Plus stuff, where is life going to take you? And just make sure you take Juice Plus with you this summer where you're doing life, okay? All right. A few more things here. Sporting, in addition to pool and boats, I just left somebody who was leaving the gym this morning to go to 2 different kids' all-star sporting events today. So, they're parents, athletes, coaches you're going to see at sporting events. Maybe they're not on your memory jogger. These are opportunities in this season that might not be there 3 months from now. So what you got to maximize. Like, there's urgency to connect your Juice Plus product and business with people that you're going to see during your summer routine that you don't normally see during your school year routine. Maximize the opportunity of where you are in the moment. Don't complain about it. Family vacation. Some people say family's the hardest to sell to. Our family was our first customer. They were some of our first customers. But how do you bring up Juice Plus on a family vacation? One of the things we do, we've got grandkids and family members that love complete protein balls. Lori, I think right now is gone to get some local honey to make like dozens, not like one batch, but like dozens of batches of complete protein balls that will feed our grandkids and half the family for breakfast when we're on vacation the week before the 4th of July, end of the month. She's going to have all that ready, freeze it and have it ready. So what kind of opportunities are going to happen during family vacation that you don't normally happen during the year? Bring smoothies, make smoothies. We just create those first, second, third conversations. You don't have to close and create tension on a family vacation like you're in sales mode, but you can plant seeds, okay? So we've hit on this, but when you're building something, just like a sandcastle when you're in conversation, it's also preparing. And what I want to tell you is the conversations and the building blocks you're laying right now are preparing you to have the best fall ever when we have our back to school new year. If you don't prepare, you will feel and suffer those consequences in August. Okay? You can't just measure a win or a victory in the middle of June based on what closes today on June 15th. You may plant 10 seeds today that get harvested in August. But what would August look like without that preparation on your part? It makes it hard. So you're doing stuff today to close today, and we're going to use urgency to close out the month. We're going to finish strong. But you're also doing stuff today to make sure your future's bright. It's kind of like Juice Plus. It's not a steroid that's going to make me feel like Superman tomorrow. But you know what? Just like eating more green beans or eating more broccoli, I know it's good for me, but I don't feel different. I know getting 30 fruits, veggies, and berries in my body every day is critical to good health. So I do that today for my future health as much as I do for my health immediately, okay? All right. So here's a thought or a question you can put in your mind. What is your pipeline going to look like on Labor Day? That Monday that ends summer, and you're having your last unhealthy picnic, hot dogs, ice cream, watermelon, whatever you do on your Labor Day barbecue. Some of it's healthy, some of it's not. But you can, anything in moderation. So we have this great family event. We have an amazing picnic, Labor Day. It's going to be fun. It's going to be the culmination of summer, or however you look at Labor Day. Kickoff of college football season. That's what it feels like to me. I get excited. But you know what? You need to be thinking, what do you want your pipeline to look like that is going to be a perfect reflection of how fruitful and how productive and how much you use summer and manage summer versus letting summer manage you? There's no doubt. So what's your pipeline going to look like on Labor Day? Think about it. Wait a minute here. Where did it go? What is your this your pipeline, the conversations you poured in. What is your month? Let's say Labor Day is month 4. What is your month 4 going to look like? You're going to start. What in the world did I just do? Whoa. That was really major sensitive. Okay, we're going to, let's see if I can fix it. Hang on here. I just found a button I didn't know was there. I just slid my fingers across it. Okay, what is your pipeline going to look like? And we want Labor Day to look like that Monday at the end of the year. We want that to look like it's full of 4 months of starting conversations that I'm fixing to have the best month ever, because it can't fail. The law of averages, safety in numbers, it all kicks in when you do that, okay? So what do you want your Labor Day to look like? Let me ask you, so this would be good to put a number in here. How many conversations in progress? We just talked about you categorizing people into 4 categories. Juice Plus Essentials, capsules, gummies, Juice Plus Complete, shakes and bars, protein powders, recipe books, Juice Plus Tower Garden, growing your own food, healthy food, and Juice Plus Business. So you got conversations going in 4 categories. Come Labor Day, I'd like to see some numbers here. I want to have some accountability. How many conversations do you want to have in process that Tuesday morning after Labor Day? Set a goal and commit yourself. You're going to feed your pipeline. Remember, if you have conversations in June, what's the results of those conversations? Some are going to say yes and buy the product, get in the business today. Some are going to say no, leave me alone, I'm not interested. It's fine. It's great. You want to get a. Some are going to say, that sounds cool, can you tell me more? And you have a second conversation. You have a third conversation. So every month, you're going to get some new business, customers and partners. You're going to eliminate some people that are not interested, which is actually a good thing, not a bad thing. You want to keep clearing the path so that you can find the good seeds that are in good soil. And then the third thing is, that's interesting. I'm not ready yet, but I want more information. That means another conversation. So if you do that in June, you do that in July, you do that in August, how many conversations do you want to start September with those conversations in progress? If you can't think about it right now, but pick a number. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're willing to start. I'm going to be really just super easy. 2 conversations a day. Whether you phone call, text message, messenger, DM, whatever you do, you're starting 2 new conversations a day. How many is that a week? You want to take Saturday and Sunday off, make it easy? That's 10 per week. How many is that in a month? It's actually 43 and a third, but let's say 40. Okay? 40 new conversations you start in a month. How many yeses do you want to get? 5 new customers? Is that good? 5? You're going to say 3. Okay, we'll say 3. Just make it really conservative. 3 new customers. How many no's are you going to get, like, leave me alone, I'm not interested, out of 40 conversations? You want to say 15, just shut you down? Okay, we'll say that, 15. So that's 18. 3 became customers or partners. 15 said no. That's 18 out of 40. You still have, 22 left. So you're taking 22 conversations you started. Let's just round it off to 20. Let's say 17 said no. Let's make it 20. Make it easy. You had 20 conversations carrying over into July, and you got 3 new customers. We're shooting for 5, but you only got 3. That's okay. And one of those 3 could be a new partner or whatever. July, same thing happens. Now you have 6 customers. You've got 22 plus 22 plus 22. You got 44 conversations you're carrying forward. Third month you do it again. You got 9 new customers. You got 66 conversations you're carrying forward from your August. So you're going to start Labor Day or the day after with 9 new customers and 66 conversations in your pipeline that are not in stage 1. Remember, 80% close after the 5th. Some of those are already in 3rd, 4th conversation steps because they've been multiple months. Those are ready to close. So the more you do this, you're going to go from 3 customers to 6 customers to 10 customers a month because you've got so much in your pipeline. We got to focus on this and get it done, okay? All right. This whole next quarter, July, August, and September, we're going to focus on focus. Our theme is going to be focus. What are you focused on? And we're going to talk about freedom, consistency, and team. And in our, you can you can go in and get all the details on these calls right here. Go to makealife.com/coaching calendar. There's the link right there. Hope can put that in the comments. So makealife.com/coaching calendar will get you subscribed, so all these events are on your calendar. And we have something really exciting. I don't have the details yet, but on our call on July the 5th, it's going to be our first call. We're going to focus on freedom on our first call, and we're going to talk about what does it take to build this business so that your family has freedom and the benefits, the fruits of not trading hours for dollars anymore. What do you need to do to realize and own that freedom? How do you create that recurring residual income? And we all know that freedom is not free. So we want to have that freedom, but what's the cost? What do you have to sacrifice? What do you have to pay for that? We've got a guest speaker and working out all the details. He's in Greece right now. He's already agreed to be with us. It's a 3-star general, and he's the spouse of an NMD, totally committed to Juice Plus. 3-star general is going to join us on July 5th as we celebrate the 4th of July and we celebrate our independence and the freedom that we all have in this country. As we celebrate that, we're going to talk about how do you establish and create that freedom in a business for your family, just like a military and the willingness of soldiers and brave people fought to create that freedom for us in our country. So just look forward to more details. We're going to have a 3-star general on the line with us on July the 5th. Should be fun. Chris is a great guy. And in August, our special training is going to be knowing where you are, like where you are in your Juice Plus business right now, or when a conversation comes up. How do you react? Knowing where you are, how should you be reacting and be proactive versus just letting it happen? So we're going to do that special training in August, okay? So we're going to have a fun summer. Hope y'all got some fun trips planned. We're going to Chicago with the top leaders in the company, and I'll have some good stuff to share with you. We're going to get to actually see, I think there are only 10 people in the world at this point that have been to one of the processing facilities where we dry the powders from fresh produce off of a farm, and we actually get to see that live next week. I'm so excited to get to see that firsthand. And we're going to be staying in Chicago. We're going out to a major farm in Illinois that grows a lot of our kale and cranberries and different things. So be able to share some of that with you firsthand when we get back. And then we got a family beach trip planned. So all those are going to get worked out with our schedule. I hope y'all got some fun stuff planned for the summer. But thanks for being here today. I probably didn't do as good a job of interacting with you guys on the comment section today. Because remember, at 10:19, I had gotten distracted and I scrambled to get ready. So I think we pulled it off. I think it was a pretty good day. And I hope y'all have an amazing week. And next Friday, we're going to close out the month and get ready to use urgency to destroy procrastination, okay? See you later.